Gemini, before we begin, take a deep breath and allow yourself to slow down for a moment. August 12th, 2026 brings a fascinating energy around you, and the tarot suggests that this could be a day when information, conversations, and unexpected developments begin changing the way you see your future. Something you've been wondering about may finally start becoming clearer. You may receive an answer. You may hear something you weren't expecting. Someone may suddenly tell you the truth. Or you may discover information that changes your opinion about a situation you've been trying to understand. The most important message from the tarot is this: don't ignore what you learned today, because one conversation could contain more meaning than you initially realize. Gemini, your mind has been extremely active lately. You've probably been thinking about several things at once. One moment you're focused on work, the next you're thinking about money, then a relationship, then your future, then something completely different. Your mind doesn't like standing still. But August 12th asks you to focus your attention on what truly matters. There may be one particular issue that keeps returning to your thoughts. You may have tried to ignore it. You may have told yourself that you'll deal with it later. But today, something could happen that forces you to look at it differently. And surprisingly, this may bring relief rather than stress. The tarot shows communication as one of the strongest themes surrounding you. A message could arrive unexpectedly. Someone may call you. You could receive an email that you've been waiting for. A person from your past could suddenly appear again. Or you may have a conversation that completely changes the atmosphere between you and another person. Don't underestimate communication today. Words have power. And for Gemini, words can open doors. Professionally, August 12th could bring information that you've been waiting for. If you've applied for a job, submitted a proposal, asked for a promotion, or been waiting for someone to make a decision, there may finally be movement. It may not happen exactly as you imagined, but movement is still movement. For some Gemini, a new opportunity could arrive through networking. Someone you know may mention a position. A friend could introduce you to someone. A former colleague may contact you. Or you may discover an opportunity online that immediately catches your attention. The tarot suggests that your ability to communicate could become one of your greatest advantages. Your ideas are valuable. Your voice matters. And someone may finally be ready to listen. If you've been thinking about starting something new, don't keep waiting for the perfect moment. You don't need everything to be perfect before you begin. Start with what you have. Learn as you go. Adjust when necessary. Your biggest mistake would be allowing overthinking to stop you from taking action. Gemini, you have the ability to see several possibilities at once. That's a gift. But sometimes it can become a problem because you see so many options that choosing one feels impossible. August 12th asks you to choose. Not necessarily forever. Just choose your next direction. One step. One decision. One commitment. That is enough. Financially, the tarot shows an interesting opportunity to improve your situation. This doesn't necessarily mean sudden wealth. Instead, it suggests that you're beginning to see money differently. You may realize that one source of income isn't enough. You may start thinking about a side business, freelance work, online income, a creative project, or perhaps something you can do using your communication skills. Writing, teaching, selling, marketing, social media, consulting. There could be financial potential in something you've previously treated as just a hobby. Look closely at your abilities. You may be underestimating yourself. At the same time, the cards warn you not to make financial decisions simply because you're excited. Gemini can sometimes act quickly when something looks interesting. But August 12th is not the day to gamble with your stability. Read the details. Ask questions. Compare options. And if someone promises you easy money, be especially careful. Real opportunities don't need to pressure you into making an immediate decision. If money has been tight recently, Don't allow temporary financial stress to make you believe that your future will always look the same. Your circumstances can change. And the cards suggest that they can change through smarter decisions rather than desperate ones. Now, when it comes to love, Gemini, the energy becomes much more intriguing. If you're single, someone may be trying to get your attention. This person could be more interested than they are willing to admit. They may start conversations for no obvious reason. They may suddenly become more active around you. Or they may find small excuses to communicate with you. You could also meet someone unexpectedly through work, social media, friends, travel, or an ordinary daily activity. The connection may begin with conversation. And that makes perfect sense for Gemini. You need mental stimulation. You need someone who can talk with you. Someone who understands your humor. Someone who can keep up with your thoughts. The tarot suggests that an interesting conversation could become the beginning of something much deeper. But don't rush to label it. Let it develop. Sometimes the strongest relationships begin as simple conversations that gradually become impossible to forget. If you're already in a relationship, August 12th encourages honesty. There may be something you or your partner have been avoiding discussing. Maybe it's about the future. Maybe it's about trust. Maybe it's about money. Maybe one of you has been feeling emotionally distant. Don't assume you know what the other person is thinking. Ask. Listen. Talk. The solution may be much simpler than the story you've created inside your head. And Gemini, this is important. Don't let overthinking create problems that don't actually exist. If something bothers you, communicate it. Don't build an entire conclusion from one message, one look, or one delayed response. You need facts. And today, the truth may be easier to discover than you think. There is also a strong indication that someone from your past could reappear. This could be an old friend, former partner, former colleague, or someone you simply haven't spoken to in a long time. Their return could surprise you. They may contact you unexpectedly. Or you may hear something about them through another person. This could bring back memories. But before you reopen an old door, ask yourself why it closed in the first place. Have things actually changed? Has the person changed? Have you changed? Sometimes the past returns because there is something unfinished. Other times it returns so you can finally understand that you have moved beyond it. Don't confuse familiarity with destiny. Your future deserves something that fits who you are now, not who you were years ago. Family matters may also require your attention. Someone close to you could need advice. They may come to you because they trust your judgment. You may be asked to help solve a problem or make an important decision. Listen, but don't feel responsible for fixing everything. You can support someone without carrying their entire emotional burden. Protect your own energy. 'Cause Gemini, your mind needs rest too. You may have been absorbing too much information from other people. Too many opinions. Too many expectations. Too many problems. August 12th encourages you to create some mental space. Turn off the noise. Spend time alone. Take a walk. Listen to music. Write down your thoughts. Do something that allows your mind to slow down. Your intuition becomes much clearer when your mind isn't overwhelmed. And your intuition could be especially important today. You may get a sudden feeling about a decision. You might think of someone just before they contact you. You may notice a repeating number. You may hear a sentence in a conversation that seems strangely connected to something you've been thinking about. Pay attention. You don't have to force a supernatural meaning onto every coincidence. But if something repeatedly catches your attention, ask yourself why. Sometimes the answer isn't outside you. It's already inside you. The tarot also brings a warning about making too many commitments. Gemini, you may be tempted to say yes because something sounds exciting. But ask yourself whether you truly have the time and energy. Not every opportunity deserves your immediate attention. Some opportunities are distractions. Some relationships are lessons. Some invitations are simply invitations. You don't have to accept everything. Your ability to say no may become one of your greatest strengths. There could also be an unexpected change in your plans on August 12th. Something may be canceled. A meeting could move. Someone could change their mind. An arrangement may suddenly become impossible. Don't immediately assume that this is bad news. The tarot suggests that a delay could actually create space for something better. You may discover that the thing you thought you needed was not actually the best option. Sometimes life rearranges our plans because it sees something we cannot. So if something doesn't go according to schedule today, take a breath. Don't panic. Wait and observe. You may understand the reason later. Your career, money, and relationships are all connected by one larger lesson today. Clarity comes when you stop trying to control every outcome. You can control your effort. You can control your choices. You can control your response. But you cannot control how another person behaves. You cannot control when someone makes a decision. You cannot control every financial development. And you cannot control every twist in your future. Let some things unfold naturally. By the end of August 12th, Gemini, you may feel that something inside you has shifted. You may become more confident about a decision. You may stop worrying about something that has been consuming your thoughts. You may finally realize what you want. Or you may simply decide that you're no longer willing to waste your energy on something that gives you nothing in return. That realization could be incredibly powerful. Because once Gemini becomes clear about what they want, very little can stop them. You are entering a period where your communication, intelligence, adaptability, and curiosity can become major advantages. Use them wisely. Speak clearly. Ask questions. Learn. Connect with people. And don't be afraid to explore a new direction. There is something else the tarot wants you to hear. You don't have to have your entire life figured out. You don't need to know where you'll be 5 years from now. You only need to know what feels right for your next step. Maybe your next step is sending an application. Maybe it's having an honest conversation. Maybe it's saving money. Maybe it's ending an unhealthy connection. Maybe it's starting something you've been postponing. Whatever it is, don't underestimate the power of one decision. A single decision can create a completely different future. Gemini, August 12th may not look dramatic from the outside. Could even feel like an ordinary day. But internally, something important may be happening. Your perspective is changing. Your priorities are changing. And your understanding of yourself is becoming deeper. You may begin realizing that you don't need to chase every answer. Some answers arrive when you're finally ready to receive them. The tarot's final message for Gemini is, the truth you've been waiting for may arrive through a conversation you never expected to have. So listen carefully. Pay attention to messages. Notice who reaches out. Notice what opportunities appear. And notice how your own feelings change throughout the day. If something suddenly feels different, don't ignore it. That shift could be the beginning of something new. Your career can move forward. Your financial situation can improve. Your love life can become clearer. And your confidence can return. But don't force the process. Let the right information come. Let the right people reveal themselves. Let the wrong situations fall away. And trust that you don't have to chase what is truly meant for you. Gemini, there may be an unexpected turn waiting around the corner. It may come through a message, person, a job, money, or simply a realization inside your own mind. Whatever form it takes, remember that not every surprise is a disruption. Some surprises are redirections. And sometimes the unexpected path becomes the path that changes everything. Walk into August 12th with an open mind. Protect your energy. Choose your words carefully. Don't rush financial decisions. Don't let fear control your relationships. And most importantly, don't ignore your intuition. The cards have shown the energy. The signs may already be appearing. Now it's your turn to decide what you will do with them.